Hey guys, it's Genevieve. Welcome to or back to my channel. Today I am going to share with you all of my best habits that I have implemented into my life to help me stay more productive and help get me out of a rut whenever I feel like I'm in one. Just like everyone else, I do have certain seasons of life where I am lacking motivation, lacking drive, lacking inspiration, however you want to put it. That time in my life where I'm just not my normal productive self. I'm definitely not productive all of the time, but these tips that I'm about to share with you I found to really help me and just get me in a better mindset towards work and getting things done, because I know that once I do get stuff done, I am in such a better mood and I'm just such a more positive person. So if you are in need of a little kick, a little boost of motivation, hopefully this video can do that for you. So the first thing that I always do whenever I know that I want to get some stuff done is I write a to-do list, but it's not just any normal to-do list. I have it broken up into two different categories. I have my work category and my self-care category. So all of my need to do, like top priority tasks, maybe that have a deadline, are in my work category, and then all of the self-care or personal wellness tasks that I would like to get done are in the self-care category. And then throughout the day, what I'll do is I will alternate between each category, and I always find that just by getting some more personal wellness tasks ticked off, I feel so much better. And not only does it make me feel and be more productive, because self-care is productivity, but I'm also taking much better care of myself, because I've said it before and I'm going to say it again, self-care helps us to show up as our best selves on a daily basis. And if you're not taking good care of yourself, you're not going to feel good, and in turn you're not going to be as productive. So not only is it just something that is essential to your well-being, it's also essential to your productivity. The next thing that I always do is I try to connect whatever task that I want to do to the bigger why, because if you can remember what the bigger picture is, then you're gonna naturally get a boost of motivation just from thinking about what your ultimate goal is. Of course you need to get your assignment done, of course you need to clean your room because it's messy, but remind yourself that by doing that assignment and doing well on that assignment, you're going to have a better chance of getting into the post-secondary college or university that you want to go to. And by, say, cleaning your room, you're going to feel more clear-minded and your mental health will improve, and ultimately you're developing a healthy habit that will improve your quality of life, because the reality is that it's all of the little habits that we can develop in our daily routines that is going to help us reach that bigger picture. Something I'll usually do is bribe myself as I'm doing the work. I know a lot of people like to reward themselves after they complete a task, but for me that usually just distracts me and like gets me thinking too far in the future, and then usually what happens is I won't end up putting in as much effort into the task that I need to be focusing on. So what I do is I try to make the process fun, because if the process is fun, you're gonna feel more inclined to do it. When I was in school and I had an assignment or project that I just really didn't want to do, I would always tell myself that I can put on my sweats and get a blanket, make a cup of tea, light a candle, and really those little things just made me feel so much better about sitting down and getting to work, because I knew that I was going to be comfortable and the vibes in the room were going to be good. And this really ties into what I said earlier about it all being about the little things, because it really is. For me, another huge motivator is watching an inspiring YouTube video. To be completely honest, sometimes I really do not feel like sitting down and filming a video. Ironically, that is exactly how I was feeling this week, and somehow that spiraled into me getting this video idea. I really had no idea what I wanted to film, and I felt like I should be doing something like Halloween related, but to be honest, that just didn't resonate with me. Once we get to Christmas, you guys know what to expect, because Christmas is my favorite time of the year. But something that I'll always do is I watch Sorella Moore's videos, specifically her Work Less, Achieve More video and her I Bought My Dream House in Iceland video. For some reason, both of those just make me so insanely inspired, and and most of the time when I create my best videos, it's after I've watched those. And most of the time I find that by watching these inspiring videos, it'll completely pull me out of the rut and I just like get into my normal creative flow again, and it just feels super good. Honestly, if you take anything from this video, seriously check out her channel because I love this woman so freaking much. Another thing that I always do is just go for a short walk. It honestly does wonders for my mindset. When we're inside, we're most likely on our phones a lot and we never really give ourselves the opportunity to experience boredom, and in turn we never really allow our creativity to really get going because we're constantly flooding our mind with new ideas, but then like it's not a productive form of new ideas. I don't know if that is making any sense, but basically we need to be bored in order to get our creativity flowing and really start formulating those good ideas and just get inspired to work. So by taking some time to go outside, get some fresh air, and just disconnect for a while, you're really going to give yourself some breathing room to really get your motivation back. And I know it is super easy to say, oh, I don't have the time to like go for a walk right now, I really need to like get this task done. But I promise you that going for a walk is going to be way better than just continuing to sit and stare at your screen, stare at your assignment, whatever you're doing, because what you're doing is you're staying in the same environment that you're feeling stuck in. So you need to get out of that environment in order to get unstuck. I think I said that right. Say I do start working and I just feel like my mind is constantly drifting away from the task and I'm really struggling to focus. Usually what this means for me is I've been overworking myself or I'm experiencing some level of decision fatigue. And decision fatigue is basically where your energy just gets so drained from making countless amounts of decisions to the point where you feel like you can't make proper decisions anymore. The best thing to do in this scenario is to take a step back, step away from your work, and just give yourself even a 30-minute break just to allow your brain to have a rest. And sadly, this does not mean going on your phone. It doesn't. Trust me, that's not going to help. And then what you'll find is that when you go back to your work, you might have a new wave of motivation and a new wave of different ideas for whatever task you're working on. And then if I'm experiencing that same sort of deal for an extended amount of time, what I do is I take a whole entire day off of my phone. Like literally I delete all of these social media apps off my phone. I keep it in another room. Like it is out of sight, out of mind completely, because usually I find my phone more mentally draining than I sometimes realize. A little while back I participated in Digital Detox Day, which was a campaign organized by Lush, and it was basically to raise awareness for mental health and the impacts of social media or just our phones in general on our mental health. And that was actually the thing that finally pushed me to give up my phone for a day, because I had been putting that off for literally years. I realized that for the most part, I don't really care what is going on social media. A lot of the content that I would be consuming through scrolling on my Instagram feed or tapping through other people's Instagram stories is that I just really don't care. Like it's not something that is going to change my life, and it's really just going to drain my energy. But secondly, and most importantly, it got me to finally work on the things that I had been putting off, that I constantly felt like I just didn't have time to do. And I realized how much extra time I have in the day. There was this quote that I saw somewhere or heard somewhere that was basically saying everyone has the exact same amount of hours in the day. The super entrepreneurial, successful business people in the world, they have the exact same hours in the day that I do, and if they can do it, I can do it too. So instead of using my energy to consume content, I was using my energy to create and live. Something that I always find to help my productivity is movement. Usually what I'll do is I start my day with some stretching, or sometimes I'll do like my full training routine and workout and do my physio exercises and stretch, which you definitely don't have to do, but just any form of movement to start your day is going to set yourself up for success, and it's been proven to increase your productivity for the rest of your day. Even just like doing some quick squats or jumping jacks is going to improve your mental state, and you're just going to feel better and more productive already. I actually know Grace Beverly does handstands whenever she needs to refocus. She's the founder of like 3 different companies. She's like such a huge inspiration for me, and she's a super successful businesswoman. But yeah, honestly, I might start doing handstands. But anyway, perfectionism is something that I've been really trying to detach from. I've never found it to be a scenario where I'm like, if I can't do it perfectly, I'm just not going to do it at all. It's never been like that for me. It's more so a case of having so many ideas towards towards whatever task I'm doing that I just get overwhelmed and almost feel a little bit stuck. So now what I do is I really try to break down each individual task into so many different steps that it just becomes a lot more maintainable and digestible for me. For example, whenever I know that I need to create a YouTube video, what I'll do is I start with a concept, then I know that I need to do the outline and then extend the outline, so basically decide what clips I want to get for that video. Then I film, then I edit, and then from there it's just the extra details and post-production stuff. And then usually by that point I've been able to separate myself from the emotional side of it and just really sink into the process of getting that task started. So that is all for this week's video. Hopefully you can take something away from this. Hopefully this is going to help you get productive again. I know you can do it. And yeah, if you liked today's video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Both of these things really do support me on my channel. You can also tick the bell icon to get notified every time I upload a new video. And you can also follow me on Instagram at genevieve.mason for more of my content and to further support me. So if you do enjoy my content, please do consider giving back to me in these simple ways because it truly means so much to me. And with all of that being said, I will see you next week.
If I gotta choose me, I won't be afraid to. If I gotta choose me, I gotta do what I gotta do. When I love you, I lose me. Now I can't be attached to you no more. I like me better when I wasn't yours. I'm going back, I'm going